feel better than they did. Feel free.
Good morning. And welcome to Unity of Palmyra, where centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. We are an open and affirming congregation. We love you exactly as you are in all of your magnificent glory. And we are absolutely delighted that you have joined us on this, the first Sunday in 2022. Happy New Year. I saw a meme earlier this week that said, oh my gosh, I just realized that 2022 is 2020 TOO. And I said, cancel, clear that. No, this is, I think it's Marianne and Morrissey who likes to say, it's a brand new baby day. Well, this is a brand new baby year, and we are going to embrace it gently as we enter gently into it. So let's take that sweet intention into our opening prayer. Everybody take a nice big deep breath. And simply take a moment to be still after the busyness of this last week with Christmas and New Year's Eve and lots of pork and football. We become fully present to this now moment, to the richness, the fullness, the incredible opportunities found in this now moment. As we let go of what has been with gratitude for everything that we have learned from our past, we release what is to come with expectation and enthusiasm, and we fully embrace the gifts of this moment. For we understand that all there truly is this moment. And so we are here now. We give ourselves the gift of being fully present. And as always, we enter into this time with gratitude as we say thank you for this time. We say thank you for whatever safe space you are in right now. And most especially, we say thank you for this beloved community. And so it is. Amen. So this is our white stone ceremony day. We got a little creative. When you come up, you'll see that the stones are actually in the shape of a heart this year. I know. That's why Ken ran up and took a picture real quick. Because we are affirming that we are entering into this year with open minds and wide open hearts. And we claim that intention for ourselves and for one another, for our community, and for our world. And so we're going to start out that by singing, "We are exactly as God created us to be in all of our glory." Let's stand and sing. carrying that energy into our vision together. Centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. And our mission, wherever we are, we provide a welcoming community that inspires and encourages all who gather here through the teaching, sharing, and practice of universal spiritual principles. And one of the ways we practice those principles is to honor wherever you are on your journey. And that applies to hugs and handshakes. So if you would like a hug, we will bring it on in. If you feel more comfortable with the handshake, then put your hand out and we will respect that. And if you want us to leave you completely alone, we totally understand. Just stay where you are. We will leave you completely alone. Have a great time.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Right, we're not going to sing it 3 times, people, okay? Come on back and have a seat. I know, desperate for human contact, right? So, a couple of brief announcements. First of all, our prayer chaplains for today are Charles Lee and Debbie Latula. Charles is in the house and will be available for you after the service. And Debbie is holding space for us and praying for us from home. Second of all, if this is your first time here with us, welcome. We're so happy that you've joined us on this very special Sunday. If you have any questions about anything that you hear or see this morning, please feel free to talk with me after the service, or anyone wearing one of the blue name tags. Those are our leaders, our council, and our staff are wearing the blue name tags. They'd also be happy to answer any questions for you. And please do join us downstairs for fellowship in the Holy Grounds Cafe. Third announcement is just a really big thank you to everyone who contributed to all of the festivities this year, from Helene and the incredibly gorgeous solstice celebration to our wonderful music team. Yes. And our music team and our staff and everybody who helped to create our Christmas Eve service and our Burning Bowl service and now our White Stone service. And that leads to my next announcement. I'm on vacation this week. This is my annual for many, many years. I have taken the week off the week after the White Stone ceremony. It is my spiritual renewal time, and I completely unplug. So please do not take it personally this week if you reach out and I don't respond. A couple other announcements. I am very excited about 2 upcoming events. On the 16th, we are going to be starting our winter series, and this will take us right up into Lent. And I was introduced to a new book by a colleague of mine, a dear friend, who shares my love of all things crafty. She's actually craftier than I am. She crochets, she knits, she quilts, she paints, she does everything. I crochet and I sew. That's my claim to fame. But anyway, she introduced me to this wonderful book called Contemplative Crochet. And the subtitle is, it's awesome, a hands-on guide for interlocking faith and craft. So don't let the crochet throw you off. She's a Quaker, very much aligned with our love of all faith traditions, of our acceptance that there are many paths to God. She quotes some of my favorite authors in here, so of course I'm in love with her already because, she agrees with me. So, we love people who think the way that we do. And it's really about the intersection between creativity and spirituality. And so this is going to be the foundation for our 7-week series starting on January 16th. There are actually little projects in here that you can do every week. Every chapter is a different spiritual practice. And then the project that she includes helps to demonstrate that spiritual practice. So it's going to be a really awesome series. You all are so incredibly creative. I think you're really going to love it. And I'm excited to do it. We're going to be creating throughout the series, we're going to be clearing off our altar, except for Jesus. He never goes anywhere. And we're going to be putting up the projects each week as we complete them. So by the end of the series, we'll have a visual demonstration of all the practices that we engaged in throughout the series. So it's going to be really neat. And another kind of perk of that is a couple of folks have said, well, what if we don't crochet or knit or paint or do any of that? And so I am going to be inviting people who do have a particular skill to be willing to share it. So maybe after church one Sunday, those of us who crochet can teach you how to crochet, or those of us who knit can teach you how to knit, or someone can bring in their brushes and their paint and really share your incredible creativity with the rest of the community. So that's that. My second thing I'm really excited about is starting on Thursday, January 20th, I'm going to be doing my yearly class centered around Maria Nemeth's work and the book Mastering Life's Energies. Anyone who has taken that class from me or has taken the energy of money from me knows that this is the work that literally 20 years ago changed my life for the better. I want to say that part. And so I teach it pretty much every year because I just love sharing the principles and the skills and the tools and the language of this incredibly powerful work. So that one is going to be via Zoom because that's going to be taught in the evenings, and I think evenings, wintertime, let's not be out driving in the dark and inclement weather. So if you know anyone that's not even local that would be interested in that, please do let us know and register for that. And the information about both the new series and the class are going to be in this week's email, so you'll get more information about those. And finally, we are going to be preparing starting now for this spring's basket auction, and Tammy Radcliffe has offered to take the lead on that. Thank you very much. So please do talk to her. We're going to be supported from the side by Debbie, who did a fantastic job with it last year, and Lisa, who is going to be helping Tammy. So it was a very successful and very fun fundraiser that we did. So please do let's offer Tammy our full support in the basket auction this year. I think that was it. I mentioned I was on vacation, right? Yes. Okay, wanted to make sure that got out. Gwen, would you like to read the daily word?
Good morning and Happy New Year. Good morning. This word brings something into your soul as we enter into this time. The word today is clarity. Time spent communing with God gives me clarity. When I gaze toward the heavens on a moonlit night, I expect to see twinkling stars and constellations. But If I use a telescope, I can see details with much greater clarity. This example could describe my spiritual life as well. I may go about my day mindful of my blissful feelings and kinship with all people. These things and more are the fruits of my faith. But I find clarity during times of intentional contemplation, when I meditate upon the truth. I feel the presence of God fill my consciousness and touch my heart. This clarity informs my thoughts, words, and actions, bringing my faith to vivid life. And from 1 Corinthians 13, verse 12, for now we see in a mirror dimly, but then we will see face to face. Now I know only in part, then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known.
I am home, my family is here. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I'm lifted up in prayer.
So this is the time during our service where we consciously enter into prayer, where we mindfully integrate body, mind, and spirit and become open conduits of that divine energy. And so this morning we have some specific areas of focus. We want to invite everyone into this safe and healing space who is currently dealing with an illness, whether it be COVID or some other physical challenge. We invite you now to enter into this circle of comfort, of healing, of strength, of love and compassion. If you are currently experiencing a challenge in any of your relationships, we open our hearts to you. We surround you with an energetic embrace. We share our courage, our strength, our love with you. And as community, I invite us now to all focus on the area around Boulder, which has experienced such incredible loss over the last 3 days. Many of us have friends and relatives in that area. So if you have a specific person or family or organization you can hold in mind, I invite you to do that now. And then collectively we send our energy out. For we know in truth we are one. When one of us is suffering, we all suffer. When one of us is comforted, we are all comforted. When one of us is strong and courageous, we are all strong and courageous. And so we hold the space right now for healing, for security, for safety, for forgiveness. And into this same space, we invite anyone who is experiencing a cause for joy, for gratitude, who is feeling happiness bubble up within them for any reason, we ask you to share that energy, that vibration with us now, so that we may bask in your joy, in your satisfaction, in your sense of harmony. For we know when our sorrows are shared, they are divided. But when our joys are shared, they are multiplied. And for this truth, we are so grateful. As we recognize again our innate connection, our innate oneness. Together or apart, we are always connected at the heart. And so it is. Namaste.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. You are beautiful. You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole. Maybe we can never house the homeless, rid the streets of violence and crime, make the world a safe place for our children, where we can try. Maybe we can never feed the hungry, or chase every warplane from the sky. Do away with ignorance and hatred, or we can try. Sometimes I feel so helpless, 'cause all I can do is my best. But even the longest journey begins with a single step. Maybe we can't always find forgiveness, or give our wildest dreams the wings to fly. Maybe we won't always love our neighbors, but we can try. Yes, sometimes I feel so helpless, but all I can do is my best. But even the longest journey begins with a single step. Maybe we can't always find forgiveness, or give our wildest dreams the wings to fly. Maybe we won't always love our neighbors, but we can try. try, we could try. We could try, we could try. We could try, we could try. We can try to help each other. We could try, we could try. No, it doesn't take much. We could try, we could try. Just speak a kind word. We could try, we could try. Stand up for what's right. We could try, we could try. Look up to the light. We could try, we could try. We could try, we could try. We can try, we can try.
It's one of my very favorite of Daniel Nahmon's songs because I really think it speaks to that very human experience of feeling discouraged when we look around the world and see everything that's wrong with it. But then we are reminded of our innate divinity and the joy and the hope when we focus on spirit and the power of spirit, when we show up in that space and with that intention. It shifts the energy. And although we cannot do it all, we can always do our best. So, Happy New Year. I wanted to start this new year with a blessing for the last one. I'm a big fan of the poet John O'Donohue. And this was a piece he wrote that was in his book, To Bless the Space Between, and it's called At the End of the Year. As this year draws to its end, we give thanks for the gifts it brought and how they became inlaid within where neither time nor tide can touch them. The days when the veil lifted and the soul could see delight, when a quiver caressed the heart in the sheer exuberance of being here. Surprises that came awake in forgotten corners of old fields where expectation seemed to have quenched. The slow brooding times when all was awkward and the wave in the mind pierced every sore with salt. The darkened days that stopped the confidence of the dawn. The days when beloved faces shone brighter with light from beyond themselves. And from the granite of some secret sorrow, a stream of buried tears loosened. We bless this year for all we learned, for all we loved and lost, and for the quiet way it brought us nearer to our invisible destination. I thought that was a fitting ode to 2021. And now we are in 2022, and it is so perfect that today's daily word was clarity, because today we're going to get clear. We're going to get clear about what we intend for this year to produce, to become, to create. So this is going to be a plug for the Mastering Life's Energies class, because clarity is the first element of living a conscious life. It's the first component that we explore when we decide that we want to go through life mindfully, consciously, and awake. Remember when the Buddha was asked who he was, and are you a god, are you a savior, are you a prophet, and no, 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 and finally out of frustration they said, well, what are you? And he said, I'm awake. And so our goal as spiritual beings having an incredibly human experience is to wake up to that truth. And so Maria's work is focused on living consciously. She says we create success when we do what we say we're going to do consistently with clarity, focus, ease, and grace. And so we start with clarity. Today is all about clarity. So the first question to ask is, are you willing to get clear about what this year is going to bring? Are you willing to get clear about what you're letting go of in order to create the space for this year to emerge? Now, we did that last week in the Burning Bowl, right? Did everybody release something last week, whether you were in this room or not? That's a powerful part of this two-part process. In order to create the space, to create something new, we have to let it go. Remember the cleaning out the closet metaphor that I shared last week. Sometimes cleaning out the closet makes a big mess, but we're making space for what we want to fill in. So that tick of a clock at midnight on December 31st, which we make a really big deal about, and truly, it's the tick of a clock. But that tick of that clock is a metaphor for an opportunity. It's an opportunity to take stock of our lives, to really ask ourselves truthfully, courageously, powerfully, unflinchingly, what is not working in my life? What is it time to let go of in my life, whether it is stuff or beliefs or thoughts or opinions? Hopefully some of that got released last year. So the last couple of years have given us a bigger than usual opportunity on the tick of that clock to observe what doesn't work. We've had many opportunities to see very clearly, and sometimes it was uncomfortable, if not downright painful, that the normal no longer works. And some of us are acknowledging that it never did. So we got to see what was beautiful in our lives, our community, our country, our world, and we got to see what was ugly in our lives, our community, our country, and our world. We saw incredible injustice, and we saw justice being served. We saw hatred and rage and division, and we saw love and compassion and forgiveness and unity. We saw despair, and we saw hope. We saw greed and clinging to the old, and we saw generosity and letting go of what has been. We experienced intense highs and incredible lows. We've experienced some things that we'll never forget and some that we wish that we could. So in some ways, the last couple of years were typical years in that lovers got married and babies were born and degrees were earned and birthdays were celebrated. And in many other ways, they were very unlike any years that many of us had ever previously lived through. I keep coming back to that word opportunity. We were presented with some incredible opportunities to get really, really creative, which many of us did. So as painful as this time has been, it's also been incredibly fertile because we were inventive. We accessed resources we did not even know that we had. We learned new technologies and we embraced new ways of connecting and serving. And many of us glommed onto that opportunity to let go of the old, to tell the truth about what wasn't working. Many of us have explored the cause of our suffering, what we were attached to, and at the same time have gotten really clear about what inspires us. I keep coming back to those 4 questions that Wayne Muller asked us in that work. Who am I? What do I love really? How shall I live knowing I will die? And what gifts are mine to bring? Powerful questions that keep us focused on opportunity. So the question for this morning is, what inspires you? What is working for you? When you get very clear about that, ask yourself, am I showing up as a demonstration, as an example of what inspires me? Or is there something holding me back? Is there something getting in the way of me showing up as the truth of who I am? Hopefully, if you saw that, you burned it last week so that you can start out fresh this week with a wide open heart and mind. So if you could choose one quality, one word, to describe what you want to create in this brand new baby year, what would it be? Start thinking about that. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." So who are we deciding to be this year? Brene Brown said, "Most people believe vulnerability is weakness, but really, vulnerability is courage. We must ask ourselves, are we willing to show up and be seen?" So that question leads us to this. So for those of you not familiar with this ceremony, it grew out of an ancient tradition. The first that I know about it was from the time of the Roman Empire. And when someone was in bondage, if they'd been in servitude, if they'd been enslaved, if they'd been in prison, any type of bondage, when they had, for lack of a better term, done their time, and they were released from prison or released from bondage, they were given a white stone, and they were told that they could claim a new name. It's kind of like having your records expunged, right? So they could claim a new name. It's like being given a new passport to life, that your past is behind you, you've done your time, you've paid your penance, right? This is your new name. Go forth as this new person reborn out of bondage. And so we have interpreted that practice in New Thought to creating a ceremony where if a name comes to you, that's fine. Whatever comes to you is what is yours. Most of us receive a word that's a quality that we are meant to embody this year. That helps us get clear, remember clear, and focused, clarity and focus on what this year is going to be. And I always say, please enter into this time of meditation with an open mind, because invariably the word I think I'm going to get, I don't get. And I know many of you shared that experience, so let go of whatever you think your word is going to be, and stay open to the possibility that Spirit wants to speak through you and move through you and create through you in an incredibly powerful way this year. So Janie's going to sing us into meditation, and here's how this is going to work. As she's singing, I'm going to invite you to come up and choose your own stone. So you choose your stone, okay? Stand at it, look at it. Whatever stone speaks to you, that's yours. So pick up a stone and then pick up one of the pens, one of the Sharpies, and take it back to your seat, but do not write on it yet, because I'm going to lead you through a meditation. And during that meditation, we're going to affirm that your word will come to you at that time. So as Janie's singing, feel free to come up, safely distanced, and choose your stone and your pen.
Star makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star as dreamers do. Fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through when you wish upon a star. Your dreams come true. Fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a boat out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through when you wish upon a star. Your dreams come true.
So with your stone in your hand, I invite you to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, slowly and consciously. As we allow these breaths, this breathing, to calm our mind and open our heart. Feel the stone in your hand. Feel its shape and its size. Does it feel cool or warm? Shift it and twist it and turn it until it feels just right. And now imagine that this stone is energy. There is energy in this stone and surrounding from this stone and emitting from this stone and being absorbed by this stone. And allow the energy of your stone to speak to you. Allow a word, a name, a quality to gently surface. We let go of what we think it should be or ought to be or must be. We listen to the still, small voice of Spirit. That whisper. That clarity that brings focus to the chaos. That brings meaning and intention to our year. This word answers the question, who are you willing to be this year? What are you open to creating this year? This stone and the message it brings you is a tangible symbol of your year to come. We don't need to know why the word comes or how the word is going to demonstrate or even what we need to do. We simply need to be willing to accept this gentle guidance from Spirit. As you continue to breathe, to keep open your heart and your mind. When the word comes, ponder it for just a moment. And when you are clear that it is your word for 2022, open your eyes and write it down. As we began this time together with a prayer for the old year, we complete it with a prayer for the new by Wendy Flaherty. She prays, "Beloved Creator, in this new year, may we practice kindness of thought, for if our thoughts are kind, our actions will be kind as well. May we practice gratitude, for if we recognize our abundance, we will share generously whatever we have to give. May we practice forgiveness, for if we forgive ourselves and others, we will see with clarity and compassion the truth of this present moment. May we practice faith, for if we practice faith, we will remain true to our path when uncertainty and struggle arise. May we live in a sacred way with a humble and joyful heart. May we bring honor to our ancestors and blessings to those who come after us."
Fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
That just took us all back to our childhood. Thank you. So this is the time of our service where we consciously enter into that ever-present flow of giving and receiving. We are so incredibly grateful for your ongoing generosity and your gifts to this community that extend far beyond these walls and even this county. We send out our blessings around the country and the world to those in need, and you make that possible. So thank you for contributing. And if you're watching us through the ethers and you feel like contributing to us, we will gratefully accept any energy flowing to us through that avenue. Thank you.
Close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say that it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design.
Think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take.
every room inside is filled with things from far away. The special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call us crazy. Wanna write to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, just let me be part of it all. Just share your dreams with me. We may be right, we may be wrong, but I want to bring you along to the world I see, to the world we close our eyes to see. We close our eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Beautiful. So I want you to look at the word that you wrote on your stone and ask yourself, how is this word going to create the world of our dreams? The world that we visualize where love reigns, compassion and kindness rule, and there truly is peace in the world. That's your word. Let's stand and share in our unity blessing. Look around the room and bless one another as we say this. Together, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in each and every one of you. And it is birthday Sunday. Okay, I'm going to have to do this really fast when we get to that point. Okay, you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kathy, Ray, Taylor, Ray, Donna, Chris, Mandy, and Nancy. Woo! Happy birthday to you and many more. If your name's not up here, it means we don't have your birthday, so make sure you get us your birthday so we can honor you the first Sunday of every month. All right, let's sing the peace song with intention. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And wherever God is, all is well. Amen. Go forth and be the magnificent being that you are and demonstrate that word, your gift from Spirit. Happy New Year. Have a great week. Have a great 2 weeks. Bye-bye.